Hello, everyone. Welcome. I hope you're doing really
Hello.
great. We are going to do mother sauces tonight, and not the type of mother sauce that you're thinking of. And I really hope you guys don't make terrible mother sauce jokes all night. But here we go. What are actually mother sauces, Wulfy?
We call those mummy sauces.
Mummy sauces. God
We,
damn it.
mother sauces are the OG. Uh, these are the five main sauces that you learn first in culinary school, and they're the basis for basically every sauce that you will make in a kitchen. And a lot of these are going to be very basic, very simple recipes um, as jumping off points, essentially. And there's a couple of them that I will give derivatives of, derivatives being the things you add to the mother sauce to make it more like a real sauce that you've had before. Um, but yeah, we'll start very simply with the most complicated one, the Espanol.
Nice.
So an Espanol is a sauce made with a brown roux, roux being a mixture of fat and starch. In the most classical cases, butter and flour. 1-to-1 ratio, how you always want to do your roux, which we will then add beef stock and vegetables to. And the most important piece of that for a good tasting Espanol is brown beef bone, which I have here that I'm going to brown in this pan to start.
Mm. Panda's all upset because Panda's appeared going, "Where's Egg Me?" No, no Egg Me this week. No Egg Me.
I may have already eaten egg panda.
Oh, there you go. Egg Panda's been disposed of.
Yeah. Here's all the remaining eggs I have yet to eat of our followers or friends.
Yes, I see them. I can see Drax, I can see Lumen and Purple and Toy and Purge and oh my god, that must be JD. And that's Mr.
Uh,
Munchies and at the back
yeah,
that
that's JD there. Yeah,
yeah, and then Batman we made was muddled because of impressions.
yeah. And these are just extras.
There you go. Panda's asking Wolfie, did you see the roux I sent you a while back? What?
Um, did you send it in your server? I don't think I got an at for that.
Egg, egg.
I will definitely take. Did he DM me something?
Yeah, I said Wolfie did. He say I think I did. No DMs. What?
I
I don't know.
apologize if I can't recall it right now.
Sorry, he'll check.
I
Panda's
will
like
definitely
shit.
check that.
Panda's like shit. Did I send it to the
Unfortunately,
right
if
person?
I could, okay, while this bone is doing the browning, I'm gonna go check on my PC because I can't look on my phone.
There you go. You got him going now.
I'm really curious now. I think he did.
It is browning. Wait, it's a bone? Oh yeah, cause fat. I get it. Huh.
But that also the marrow is gonna add a lot of very nice flavor.
Huh.
That bone adds marrow.
How do you even get a bone like that? Butcher, I suppose.
For me, it was remember those roasts I've been making with the beef shanks.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the top end of the beef shank that basically had no meat on it, so I just stripped the meat off and used the bone.
Clever. I get it. I get it. Na, na,
And just
na.
sent me a chicken jockey
Wanda.
and a recipe for the chicken yoke. So no, I don't believe you sent me a root panda.
John, yeah, brown the bone for marrow and stuff can get it from butcher or do it yourself. That makes sense.
Yeah, you totally can get it from butchers. A lot
It's
of
good.
places will straight up sell you pre-split bones. Um, so you end up getting a bone about that large. You want to compare it to my arm. It'll be split down the middle, so you can just get straight to the marrow. If you need to use that for something.
Sophie, I
You can
just
use marrow for
noticed. I just noticed your
uh,
fruit.
my what?
Your fruit. I just noticed your fruit.
Oh, I have my stuff organized for a smoothie.
Yep. Yep. That's what it looks like to me. Yep.
Just preparing my you know.
Yeah, yeah, no, that fruit doesn't look sus at all. Definitely doing mother
Nothing,
sauces.
nothing sorted. No. By the
Nothing's.
way, this was fun. My friend wanted to trade me an onion for something because she went to the store recently, and she ended up giving me two apples and a whole pineapple. So that's
Yay.
nice.
That's really good. Uh, Lachlan was complimenting your tattoo. I don't know which one, but he's got lots of tattoos.
Thank you.
Um, and now everyone's laughing about your erect banana. You're totally an accident erect banana. Oh, a lot of
Yeah,
Asian
yeah.
supermarkets. Okay. Oh my goodness.
This is nicely browning. The marrow is starting to give bad lighting.
Oh. I mean, I could see it dripping, so all over your floor.
Yeah. Luckily, that's over my trash can, so I'm not making a mess. I'm just trying to get there we go a better grip on it.
Oh,
But yeah,
nice. Yeah, yeah, I
it's
can
starting
see
to.
it. That's cool. That's cool.
That's good. I turned down my heat on that a little bit. I grabbed the stuff I'm for the majority of all of these. Made tomatoes. Oh, wait, that's very silly.
It's
Carrots and
funny.
celery,
Yeah, yeah.
and of course, onion. And this will be the basis for another fun French word, a mirepoix. Just move my breakfast out of the way.
I'll type it for you guys in chat so you know what we're saying and you can look up more information. This is mirepoix.
If you want to spell that correctly in chat, maybe.
I have all over it.
A mirepoix.
Mirepoix, it's on my unofficial bingo sheet.
Is what?
Mock's got an unofficial bingo sheet. And he's like,
Oh, just
mirepoix! Yeah.
I didn't even. I'm just getting rid of these. You could totally use these herbaceous leaves. They're very tasty. You could throw them in
Huh.
a salad if you want,
I always find
or
that so
you could
odd.
um you could throw them in your stock base. They're bitter, but
It's got one
they're
square.
just fine.
Just has mirepoix. Are you sure? Isn't ruin one of them as well?
Bruising a few of them.
Yeah, see? Ruru surely isn't another square. John
Bruising
Bones,
it
the
in
impure
basis
stuff is
for these motherfuckers.
popular. Oh, for tonkatsu, which is ramen. Yeah, yeah. You can do tonkatsu ramen.
Now we're starting to see some browning compared to that other side of the actual bone.
Oh, you see how brown it
Okay, yeah,
is.
turn that over.
It looks like I'm cooking something in Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, and then I'll eat it whole like you do in CFC.
Yeah, 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 just the whole thing. At least we don't eat fish in the same style as Sons of the Forest. That still disturbs me. It gives me nightmares.
Straight up raw fish.
You know I never go both ways with my grater.
I always go both ways.
Huh, find something. I always do.
I guess that. I'm just gonna quickly turn these into um, small dice because I want them to cook rather rapidly, release their flavor.
I was thinking the same about the peel. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh, I suppose you could do
Yeah,
that. I
take that too.
never,
I'm just on it.
just never thought about
On a
using a
bit of a
peeler like
tight,
that.
I'm on a bit of a tight schedule today, so while we're not going to be flying as fast as we did with the eggs the other day, we are going to be
Flying.
doing these sauces and only making a couple of derivatives.
Um, it was really interesting when we started discussing mother sauces because it's like are they still relevant these days? It's like this classic cooking technique that chefs learn, but it's like so I was talking about in Australia. Definitely, like we see bechamel, definitely see bechamel. We definitely see hollandaise, and to a point, like the fact that it's pork based, I suppose, especially being a more hipster kind of community over here, I think a lot of people go for a vegan base instead of a pork base. The other two, not as much these days. Not as much.
No, not as much nowadays. We have our small diced carrots.
Taste.
Just gonna go ahead and pre-slice some. I'm not gonna need this right now, but just to have it pre-prepped for myself. This will go towards our mirepoix, the next one. Bring that.
So what's the thing about mirepoix? Why are they always like it's always these three vegetables? They're always the
Um,
base.
as far as French cooking goes, mirepoix is always going to be carrot, celery, and onion, and it's because of the way that it's the particular flavor profile that they release. You have your sweetness, you have a little bit of savory that comes from these guys, but for the most part, they just release a nice fresh flavor. Not really an easy way for me to describe it, other than it tastes as in and of itself. It's why it's always in your stock. It's why it's usually a base for a lot of different recipes, especially ones that evolve from the mother sauce base that you'll usually quickly immediately leave the mother sauce base. It just adds a nice fresh veggie flavor. Essentially,
Yeah,
it's a good base.
it's a
It's
base.
classic, but there are modifications to those too. For instance, coming from somewhere like Louisiana with that kind of southern cooking,
Mhm.
they replace the celery with bell peppers,
Oh yeah, I have seen that.
especially when you're making something like a gumbo or a
Yeah,
um.
yeah.
I think my chef used to make right offhand.
Gumbo is so good. Mock makes an amazing gumbo.
Very good. Our bone and quite a bit of browning. It releases a very fair amount of marrow.
Oh wow.
And Ducky will enjoy this later. Um, to that, oh, this takes a whole meal. Okay. To that, I'm going to finish cutting my onions. Same thing as with the carrot peels. I could totally save these. I'm just not going to. Every part of it.
Yeah.
Just gonna very quickly do a bit of cutting board over there. So you won't actually see what I'm doing. I apologize for that.
I can see it. I
But
remember
I'm just
this.
I'm very quickly working my knife over in a kind of rainbow shape where I'm doing this around the onion. That way I can quick dice it in basically two moves.
I always love this trick. I learned this trick from you. It's essentially like you're slicing in a comb into the vegetable, and then you just kind of like chop it immediately. I think it's so good.
So to this, since we already have the lovely wow, like the lovely liquids from the even with the handle, that's kind of shit. Gonna add the mirepoix. We're gonna do so mirepoix is classically one onion, two carrots, two celery.
Yeah.
Um, so we're gonna do about 2 tablespoons of carrots in this particular one, tablespoons of celery, onions, mirepoix,
Thanks.
until it's just wetted and fragrant. And
Thanks.
I'm gonna show you two different ways to do roux, especially starting with this instance. This instance, we're going to do the roux with where we instead of just starting it as a roux itself, because we're gonna go simpler with the sauces as we go. We're going to do our vegetables in here, which is going to take up some of the fond from the beef bone. As a little bit of fond was deposited from the marrow, it's still too hot to touch. To get that up, we're going to just swirl this around. And we're going to add the flour afterwards and cook the flavor out of it a little bit. I am still going to add a little bit of butter because there's not quite enough marrow oil that came out of this. I could have definitely gone for longer. And y'all can see it's super soft. Ow. A little more marrow in there still.
Fond
But like I
is.
could have had I had longer to render that down, I could have gotten a lot of more oil out of it. But in and of itself, yeah, that ends up just falling out at this point.
I feel like fond should be on your bingo as well, Mark.
Yeah. I am fond of fond. But yeah, this is broken down so much that it's you can see I maybe see I can pull up some oil just from squeezing it. Oh yeah, there goes some.
Oh my
I
god.
can add that back in there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's all. That's all the time it took. It's just super soft. And really beefy, really rich. And now that my vegetables have sweated, my flour. Yeah, we're doing very small for this particular recipe, so we're just going to do a tablespoon of flour. Gonna deposit. Grab. Use my little whisk. Work that around our pan so that the vegetables are essentially coated in the flour. So you can't really see
Nice.
the flour anymore. It's all wet and down.
I always feel like I have to give the warning to people doing roux for the first time of don't panic.
Don't panic at all.
Don't
What I'm
panic.
doing with this is I'm cooking out the flour flavor. Um, let's start it off. And then I will add a little bit more of that butter I was talking about before to turn it into more of a proper roux. It sucked up all that oil immediately.
Yeah.
So just gonna keep going. And this is going to go to a brown roux. I'll show you that as it continues going. Usually your roux is going to stay white or blonde, very much like mince.
Uh-huh.
And it's essentially basic. It's essentially just a small amount of flavor,
Also like mix.
um, usually just to cook out the flour flavor and to get the blonde will develop a slight amount of caramelization, but the brown is going to be what we're going for in this instance to develop a much deeper caramelization and flavor. And again, going back to um, gumbo and southern cooking like that, they'll usually start with a dark brown roux, and it's scary. It smells like burnt popcorn.
Yeah.
You go real dark with that roux, but the flavor that comes out of it is amazing.
Mark's got this great thing here. They're like, apparently there's a French Cajun saying that if you've never burnt a roux, you've never really made one.
Very true. A little bit of that butter in.
Popcorn, yeah. John's got a steak to
So
grill
the
for
roux, what
later.
you want to look for, and again, because we're starting complicated, we're not going to be able to see it, but you want to look for something that looks a lot like wet sand.
Yeah,
Fantastic food description, but
it's
that's
true.
that's how it goes.
I was about to say that after the don't panic. I'm like, yep, it's supposed to look like sand. It will disintegrate. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I remember making my first one. I learnt off Mock. I'd only ever known the theory and seen it before Mock actually did it, and I was like, "What's happening? What's going on? What do I do?" Pure panic. Pure
You
panic.
do the rest. I don't.
Love
I
it.
thought
So
this pot would be a good idea, but I'm gonna do the rest of these in the pan so that it's easier to see.
yeah, how I do 'em?
Head on.
Get to do 'em.
I know. So yeah. So yeah, right now we're just cooking this roux so it starts to its color a little bit. I'm getting the smell. I can smell the onions, the carrots. Also, always pretend you're in chemistry class. Don't put your face in this. Want the smell to you. Don't be
It's
dumb.
it's it's pretty good advice. I just had flashbacks to Doom trying to shove his finger into hot things, but yes.
Yeah, yeah. Oil pops. It will pop in your face. It doesn't matter.
What if I want to put my face over it? See? I knew it. I knew it. I knew he was going there already. That's why I said it. God damn it, Doom. No.
All I'm giving you is advice, Doom. You're welcome to do whatever you want.
Watching
I don't
Doom
control your life.
cooking, I have like he's just such an OH&S hazard. Makes me really unhappy. All of the cooking shows with Doom is me just being like, Doom, Doom, stop it, Doom, stop it, stop
Yeah.
it, Doom.
Yeah. Tashi.
Not seasoned too much. I'm sure it's amazing. Is it patented Mox? Is it hot test? Does it look hot? Can you touch it? I ended up with a molten brass on my finger thanks to that test. Oh no. Didn't you smash it
Molten core.
somehow
What
as well?
the hell did you? Okay.
Geneva Convention is just a suggestion.
That's very true. All right, so we got a nice darker roux going on now. It's going to be a little harder to see in this, but
nah,
we
I
have
can
our
see it.
browning.
Ghetto Midas touch.
I'll probably just do a straight up brown roux to show you all what it looks like in a minute. Always have a cleaning pot ready when you have whisk. The easiest way to clean them, just have water, whip the shit out of it. This, I'm going to add my beef stock. Definitely homemade.
Yep, 100% homemade.
I'm only going to add about quarter cup or so. Start. Want this to tighten up. Tighter the better.
What do you mean
And
tighten
your roux is
up?
a thickening agent, so you can always, if you make a mistake and you add too much liquid,
Yeah.
that's okay. Go and reduce.
John's making a steak later with salt, pepper, lemon juice, and a touch of butter. The rest are committing crimes at Geneva or something, but you know, that's another story.
It is indeed. Sounds like a nice little stick though.
Oh
We're
my
just gonna,
god.
let this go on a medium boil. I don't want to go too high. So the reason we reduce things on low heat is because high heat, while it will reduce faster, has a higher likelihood of burning your item. And you can scorch something even if you don't end up having anything stick to the bottom, just because you're overcooking the proteins on the inside and sugars for that matter.
Doom is eating an orange while watching this and pretending to be a chef. Dozy, hello, welcome. What are we watching?
And add a little bit of salt.
We are watching Wulfy. Wulfy
Not
does it.
adding pepper because pepper is going to affect the flavor more than salt, which brings out flavor.
Dozy is here, and Wulfy does a cooking show every Saturday, and we're learning the basics. And today we're learning mother sauces. Insert mother jokes here. How are you, Daisy? Dozy was playing Skyrim. Classic. How do I take my steak? I don't, Sean. I am allergic to red meat, which is why every time red meat comes up in the show, I'm always like, what is this? What is it doing? How does it work? Why is it doing that? I don't understand.
Yeah, she is unfortunate in that regard.
But the closest I can get is duck breast, so which I have en poil,
Fair? All right.
as
So
the French say.
this step is not necessary. However, I do this because for two reasons. One, I think that just pulling out all the flavor from the veggies, again, why I cut them so small, it pulls out the flavor very fast. I think that pulling out the flavor is more effective than just grinding the whole thing together. So I'm not going to blend this. You can if you want to. I just enjoy having a smoother sauce than blending it, and celery tends to be a bit fibrous, especially if you are cooking them so small like I am, and not letting them break down fully. So I am just going to take out my Espanol into this fine strainer, and I'm actually going to save these veggies and use them to make an omurice later. But not on the stream, unfortunately. It's just going to be a breakfast thing for me. But essentially, all I'm going to do is make a stir fry rice with that.
You gonna
All
look?
that healthy,
Thinky?
whatever.
Why? It just means on point. It's just whatever the chef kind of recommends. Just perfect, ideal,
Good shit.
good shit. Then they'll usually give it to you, rouge.
Grab one of my many of these little bowls.
Wow, yeah, I like doing spelling.
That there.
Look, knows more French than I do.
I only know French as far as cooking goes.
Yeah.
Probably need that later.
Oh, we were talking
Please.
about how do you like your steak, and so I was referring to how I liked my duck and how I learned to order it in France. Ooh, look at
We have our
that.
nice
Oh,
silky sauce, Espanol. The bottom of this is definitely not hot. And what you can do, so this is your base. This is your base that goes towards making like a demi glaze, and from there, all you have to do to turn this into a demi glaze is add more beef stock and cook it down more. Then you can turn it into you can turn it into a what is it? Got the word bordelaise using red wine there. So then you have a um, nice beefy additive to say short ribs or steak or whatever, and it's just two further reductions of two different liquids. Very simple to make. Very quick. I have enough to do a steak if I want to, and it'll probably only take me about another hour of producing when I add the extra beef stock and the extra wine from there. So now moving on. Again, we're going to use the pot from or the pan from now on, so you all can actually see what I'm doing.
went down.
One down. We're
Hey.
going to move on to the sauce tomate.
It's supposed to be the right way to cook a duck. I presume there must be a steak equivalent. I just don't know because I don't eat steak. But presumably you could use it for steak as well. Then the chef will just make it how it's supposed to be made.
Regarding what?
On par, so medium rare. It would you. It
Oh,
what's the correct for steak? Is it medium rare?
so at restaurant standards, we hit medium, but people don't request. But it depends on the steak, really. Some of them do better at medium, some do better at medium rare, some do better being cooked a little more because they break down the way you want them to. Uh, like let's say filet mignon. If we're doing filet mignon, which is a tenderloin of beef, we're going to preferably do it rare to mid rare.
Very
Um,
rare.
Something more like your average prime rib. Like if you're doing a whole prime rib, you're going to want to do again
Tomato.
close to mid rare because it's going to sit and you're going to be slicing it over time, and it'll eventually get to medium. Past that, it's going to be too tough.
John, I
But
think
right now, with the sauce tomat, I'm adding tomats.
Yes, tomat.
This you all will probably recognize quickly. It's going to be a very uh, basic tomato sauce that you can use for anything tomato based. If you want to do something Italian, French, Spanish, Mexicano, this is as basic as as a tomato sauce is going to be. And we're just going to cook these guys down. This one is one of the few that does not use a roux.
Well, Chloe
While these
Kapai.
the reason that I'm not using a roux is because the potato itself, aside from the sugars, has a decent amount of like a kind of starch, but it essentially does a great job of thickening itself.
Do me?
Something I need to do a little more personal research into.
Doom is French now.
Do me.
I feel like, because Luffy can't read the chat, so this is my job to translate whatever you guys are doing so that Wolfie can keep up with you. Most of the time, you guys are doing whatever the fuck you want in chat. So they'll like, Wolfie will say something very intelligent and deep and profound about cooking, and I look over at the chat, and you guys are like, "I'm French doomed now. Let's commit war crimes." Like, it's like, and I never really have much to report.
I don't, you know, the French
It's
committed
great.
very many war crimes
It's
at that
fucking
time.
great.
I mean, maybe Napoleon did a couple things he shouldn't have done.
Yeah, exactly. No, don't be sorry.
Yeah,
It
I'm not
makes
too
me
keen on
laugh.
French history outside of food.
It makes me laugh. I think tomatoes have begun to blister my mouth. What? What do you mean?
Someone's allergic to tomatoes.
Oh my god.
Shades are growing. We're clearly modifying these things the wrong way.
Give Wolfie a kiss for me. Mwah. There you go. I'm going to
Hey,
cooking school soon. Oh yeah, Sean. I actually already thought you were in cooking school. I didn't realize. Oh, so your dad's a chef. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's cool.
oh, okay. So to my sauce tomat, again, we're going to keep this very, very simple. I am preparing the beef the pork fat. So don't worry about that. But as of right now, I'm adding a little bit of onion. For this particular one, I'm just adding a couple tablespoons because it's only one tomato. I'm going to add this lovely chunk of garlic as soon as I undress it.
James' favorite tomato food is fried green tomato, which still stuns me. That's actually a thing and not just something from Dr. Zeus.
That is absolutely a thing. Dr. Seuss's with green eggs and ham, not tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
And these are going to cook down with it, so I'm just going to throw them in.
What's a
No need to crush them.
what's a
But that-
504?
I'm sorry.
I'm asking Sean what a 504 is. I don't know. Maybe it's an American thing. I think it's one of those American employment thingies, right?
I don't know about
Okay,
that.
no, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm going to add, well, a little bit of carrot. Because this one is going to be blended. You don't have to blend this one. You could leave these pieces whole because the tomato itself is going to break down.
Yeah.
Then, to make sure we don't have any more sticking on the pan, I'm going to add some more beef stock. Not too much, just enough to add some flavor. So about eighth of a cup for this particular recipe.
What is strawberry? Oh my god. So Mrs. Wheat,
So,
we'll have BLTs for dinner one night, and the next day my mouth hurts. It's awful, but tastes so good. This reminds me of Doom and Dairy. Mark is telling us, fun fact: tomatoes are actually a berry, and strawberries are not. What's a
correct.
strawberry then?
Strawberries are not there.
Oh yeah, I guess they're not, huh?
Tomatoes are also fruits. So applying to the berry thing that he mentioned.
Doom is claiming lasagna is a savory cake.
Yeah, it's gonna get y'all are gonna go too far and try to convince me that cereal is soup. So
Yeah.
let's calm it down.
Pineapple is a
I do.
clusterfuck of berries clubbed together. Oh, okay. I can see that.
Let's get our pork fat rendered. So bacon for this.
Bacon. Cereal is a milk-based soup. Down, Doom, down.
If nobody's familiar with the term rendering, that is simply where we are. It usually only ever applies to fat, but it's where we're melting fat.
Yes.
Because fat equals flavor.
Oh,
Why Queen Latifah was so popular.
God. Tomatoes were classified as a vegetable in the US for import tax reasons, and Mrs. tells us that ketchup is actually
They're
a fruit
culinarily
smoothie.
classified as a vegetable, but they're scientifically classified as a berry/fruit.
Here we go. 504 is accommodations for education and stuff for disabled people, and diabetes is in that group. There we go. Okay. I'm like, this is American stuff. I recognize this. It's like work American stuff. I don't know why Americans always have like numbers.
Going to have what?
I don't know. They just sometimes people are like, "Oh, I need to go get my number for work," and I'm always like, "Yes, what?" It's an American thing.
What do you mean number for work?
No, people just seem Americans just seem to use numbers and relations to like paperwork they need. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You do always have to add. I think it's just for contact reasons.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's it.
Down a
Doom
little bit.
Doom has upgraded from French to Super Snack.
Super snack. Oh yeah.
You got that 10.99? Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know. Every time Americans talk about
That's a
work,
tax form.
I don't know. And like, whenever you guys talk about needing work benefits and stuff, it's always like fucking numbers and stuff. Oh, apparently bell peppers are berries by the scientific definition as well.
I can
See,
see
it's
that.
weird. It is weird. See, it is weird. Yeah, like a 401k. Yeah, yeah. Like, I don't know. Every time I talk to Americans about work, they're like, numbers, 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 freedom. I'm like, I get, oh, yeah.
Yeah, freedom followed by lots and lots and lots of tax.
Yeah. I thought cereal was a
Opening the window.
salad with milk dressing. Milk dressing? No, it's not a dressing. I refuse. You get the one with cheese? Oh my god. Number 9 large extra dip. Oh my god.
It's breathing.
This makes me laugh. I feel like every time I go onto other chef streams, everyone's having
I
really
agree.
intelligent conversations. And we're all really special here. Like, we're just really special.
That's the thing.
It makes me happy. Oh, wow. Come on. It's much more relaxing. Tell me it's not that we can just be special.
Do enough pork fat to add back to this right
Do-
now.
Doom's ordering food.
Our sauce is nicely broken down. We're just gonna
Oh my
get this
god.
guy
Your fiance's an
down.
accountant? Ah, Becca. I don't know why I said it like that, but
Back
I see
down
it.
and add our pork fat. Again, we're not gonna need too much because it's a
Wow.
very small sauce.
There's your breakfast.
Oh, it's gonna be part of it.
Yeah.
It just cleverly. Mix that around. And as you
Eh,
can see, it's very much turning into a nice thick tomato sauce at this point.
Nice. I mean, you're right, but
From
Loki,
here,
what the fuck are you calling us out? Because I don't understand. I don't know this. We always we always end up in conversations which essentially split into like Europe versus American conversations in our group.
yeah.
It's just a thing. Could you put that sauce on toast? Fuck yeah, you could.
You can put that sauce in whatever you want. You can make it into spaghetti sauce. You can turn it into a. I am so lacking brain power right now. You can turn it into a marinara. You can turn it into anything. This is simply a tomato base. All this has in it, just to reconfirm, is onions, carrots, garlic, tomatoes, and pork fat, and a little bit of beef stock. So it's rich, it's savory, salty. It's as basic as it can be while still being very tasty.
You error 404 at the moment. A little. It's very early morning for him. Yeah, this is these are like considered the bases, and then from there you can create other things.
Exactly. These five sauces, Espanol, Tomate, Veloute, Hollandaise, and Bechamel, are where you start with most of the things that you make at home. And then from there, you do what's called a derivative, which is where you modify and add the things you want to. Every time you have ever made mac and cheese, you have made a Mornay sauce.
Yes.
If you feel like being fancy,
Damn. I just want to know if I can't put it on that mini toast they put balsamic vinaigrette on. What? The mini toast?
he's talking about a bruschetta, and yes, but it's
Bruschetta.
not. See, here's the thing. A bruschetta is just a thing on a toast, usually tomatoes. It's not specifically what that tomato mixture is. The tomato, garlic, onion, uh, uh, balsamic glaze mixture is not bruschetta. It's just a tomato mix. I don't remember the name of it offhand. But yeah, bruschetta is thing on toast.
Yeah.
We're just going to take this tomato sauce, put it into our handy dandy shot glass slash bowl.
Damn. Do you know what would make it a perfect breakfast? Is you could add cannellini beans and then put it in toast, and then guess what you've made?
You have
Americans
made, as the Spanish say, basura.
Americans don't like baked beans on toast for breakfast. I don't know why. I don't know why it's such a problem. Havoc, hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome.
With my handy dandy blender, hopefully not set to a high temp.
If I put my junk on toast, it does that make me a bruschetta? I don't know, isn't that more of a hot dog? I'm kind of confused.
Um, well, it could be an hors d'oeuvre.
Wow, do you actually have it on right now? Your mic filter is amazing.
It's a very quiet mixer,
Oh,
so you
okay.
probably
I'll
couldn't hear
know.
it. But very, I am very, very happy with my purchase. I got this thing a long time ago.
Does hot
Haven't had
dog or
to.
bruschetta? No, Doom.
Now, hot dog is a sandwich. But yeah, from there, have a nice tomato sauce
Yes,
that we can use for
tomat!
many fun applications.
We have to line these all up at the end.
Mm. Well, I put one in my fridge already, but okay. I only have one of these.
That's alright. People, I was just thinking the screenshot. People won't know if they're cold or hot. It'll be fine.
That's true. They'll just be in these things. Actually, no, I think what I'll do is I'll take a little bit out of each one and set them on a plate
Okay, yeah.
for a nicer picture.
Wow. Yeah, I'm really
I
impressed with that
go with what
mixer.
I consider to be a mid-range basic complicated because once you have the technique down, it's one of the easiest things in the world to make. But until then, it's threatening for people, and that is hollandaise. Now we made it on the egg stream, but we're going to do it a bit differently this time because we're going to be doing it more correctly. Um, I did it on the stream just to identify the things that I know I did wrong. Start, I used cold butter, room temperature butter,
Yeah.
which is if you want your hollandaise to hold, you want to do. Um, it's definitely applicable, as I explained before, if you're just going to make it, put it on the egg, serve it to loved one. You don't have to worry about that. But what we're going to do today is we're going to do it a little more correctly. So I heat off, take them in the bowl. I have steam well going here with my nice melty hot butter,
Butter.
as well as some chicken stock, but that's not for later. Also very hot. Actually, that's clean.
Foxy, thank you for the raid. Hello, guys. Welcome, welcome.
All right, thank you.
What have you guys been playing?
All right.
Counter Strike. Nice, nice.
Yeah, this guy. I got this, and it's got 3 other attachments to it. It's very nice.
I forgot. Oh my goodness, you just tested out my raid thing.
My
I
favorite
forgot that for
attachment.
raiders, I have an auto message now and it immediately drops your link. So I did it again. Yay.
Yeah,
It
good job.
worked. And then I shouted
My
out
favorite
anyway.
attachment is this one here. So it's like a little mixer. It has a whole cup to it. I just can't find it right now.
I've seen those. Those are cool. How are you guys?
So this. Our tomato is filled, and then we'll grab a couple of eggs.
Oh no. Foxy thinks
Who
cereal
do
is
we
a
have
milk
in the
soup.
chat, King?
We have lots of people in the chat. Let me tell you. We have Doom, Chloe. We have a few people in lurk. Let me just name people who have actually said hello. Panda, Mock, JD, Mrs.
JD. Okay.
Dozy.
We'll use JD.
Nice.
And anybody else? I can do this with 2 eggs this time. Toy Reaper,
No.
purple.
No. No, we don't. Let me look at who you got over there.
See,
No.
I don't think this is Silver's.
This is Munchies. That's Munchie.
This is Mochi.
I
Okay, we'll use Mochi
recognize.
and JD.
I have to send JD a thing. Someone take a screenshot and tell JD we're using him as an egg. He's live at the moment.
Do you need me to hold the egg up again?
I'll tell him. Hang on, let me go over to his stream. We'll see if he's in the middle of a match. Hang on, JD.
Okay.
We're using you as an egg at the moment on our cooking
I'll take
stream.
that now.
I felt it was very important to tell you. There we go.
It was incredibly important. What do you mean? There goes JD. Blah.
He's pointing out that he's in bingo again for anyone who missed it because he's playing Elden Ring at the moment.
Oh yeah. All right. So just as we did on the egg stream, we're going to set this over our steam well and pasteurize our eggs while whisking to add air to them. These are just egg yolks as well. We're just getting them to nice pasteurization temperature that I don't remember the name of in Celsius, but about here I forgot the one in Fahrenheit too. Actually, was it like 180 degrees, 160 degrees Fahrenheit? Essentially, for me,
I was
is
like,
if I put my finger in, no, if I put my finger into the mixture and it feels warm, that's pasteurization temperature. Your body sits at 98.6. Your extremities sometimes a little bit less. So as long as it doesn't match your skin feel, you're doing fine.
They're still discussing whether cereal is a soup.
I knew I shouldn't have brought that up.
Yeah. This is all your fault.
All right, we're in a
Sean,
nice
so
set position
180
now.
Fahrenheit or 82 Celsius?
Oh, I
Think.
called it. Hell yeah.
There you go.
I thought it was, I knew it was, I wanted to say 80 at some point, but I wasn't sure if that was the Celsius or not. All right. And now we're nice and broke out and fluffy. This is just the egg, by the way. This is just fluffy egg. We're going to take our nice warm butter and add it very, very slowly to start. Now, this is not technically an emulsification, but it does start the emulsification process because while there is water in yolk, it is mostly fat. And since we're adding fat, emulsifications are combinations of liquids or items that don't normally blend. These two are totally fine blending. You just gotta start them on the pan. Really, really, really should have put a towel there. Always good to have a second set of hands. A towel makes a great set of hands. So yeah, continuing this very slowly, adding our butter. Once you have your emulsification started, you can go a little bit faster with the butter. You don't want to like drown it immediately and hope it works because it won't. So from here, we're already starting to thicken up. I'll add our lemon juice. Only the freshest. Just a little bit. It's going to
So
loosen up our mix. It's
green.
also going to help break apart some of those proteins, which is something our salt will do as well.
We also have an ad break in 2 minutes, just to let you know
All
for
right,
what you're
we
doing.
should we should definitely be done with this by then. We're just going to keep adding our butter until this becomes a bit thick. Not quite mayonnaise standard, but it's going to be something that you won't see pouring over anything, if that makes
Also,
sense.
like minks.
Keep going with it. 2 eggs can get you a surprising amount of hollandaise.
It's not
As I was
mayo
saying in
thick,
the
but
prior
semi
stream,
thick. Yeah.
I use 10 to 15 when I do my weekend stuff. I'm going to do that today. I'll end up using about 12. And I will fill this entire bowl plus more with butter and make an entire batch of hollandaise sauce that will last the entire day.
Wow.
Okay, so for the actual emulsification part, we're going to add, wow, that got strikingly hot sitting there. My oven's on, so it's helping keep some stuff warm.
Ah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, we'll add a little bit of our water.
That went better than
There
I
we go.
thought. I was like, no way.
I'm a professional, mates.
Yes, you are.
That's gonna help keep our emulsification loose and allow it to add more butter to further stretch it. Because when you do a hollandaise, if you do too little, it's still gonna taste eggy, and it's really not what you're going for. You want something that's savory, sour, salty, buttery, but not eggy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a
Hydrate.
little faster.
Thank you, Panda.
We're working in the air. We can turn this off as well.
Get it. And she's saying very hydrated today. Got a bit of a headache, so I've been like sculling water.
As you can see, just to those 2 eggs, I've already added about half a cup of butter.
So much butter.
Yeah, that's how it goes, though. That's hollandaise for you.
Yum.
We have now not quite as saucy yet. What's there? It's getting tightening up on us.
Ate a little. Ate a little. I took my dad out to the movies and I picked on what he had. I guess I haven't eaten that much today, but I'm alright.
There we go. So we'll show on our sauce. I have a nice nappe, which is where you could do that. Literally what it means. Oh, sorry. So now it holds to the spoon. When I put my finger through, it's not drippy. Aside from the drippies you see.
like,
Very tasty.
ignore the drippy.
Yeah, ignore that part.
You
But
know that.
yeah, you would spoon this over our eggs Benedict, and this is one of our hollandaise, one of our mother sauces. Now, this does
Yeah.
have its derivative. That it is not just this. You can add a load of stuff to this stuff.
Yes.
You can't hold it, unfortunately. So, like, it'll hold throughout the day while I'm at work. This will hold, but you can't keep it overnight. The moment it cools down, it's done. It separates. The fat comes apart. You cannot put it back together. You could theoretically add it to a next day batch by melting it down, over light heat so that it doesn't cook the eggs. Doing your egg yolks and then adding it back, but there's really no point to doing that. You might as well just make a new batch.
You got a bunch of people in ad breaks at the moment. I,
Well,
I keep getting this Abigail movie ad. I'm not sure if I care.
no, I don't know that movie. I've never seen any of those
Maybe it's a
ads.
horror movie.
I kind of figured, given the name, it was either going to be a horror movie or a romance.
Give me your ads. Never,
Yeah,
apparently.
from that, two egg
Yay!
yolks,
Oop.
cocoa wire, some lemon juice, some salt. We have a lovely hollandaise.
Yum. My
That is
god.
three mother sauces down.
Look, you got bacon and eggs. You can put some that tomato
So
on
next,
toast, and then you got your hollandaise. Oh goodness, my internet just
exactly
went to shit.
that
It's
would be
coming back. It's
delightful
coming back.
breakfast. Okay.
Oh, I'm about to drop all my
I can show
works.
off the hollandaise if you need. To anybody, by the way, to anybody who doesn't know, coming back from the ad break,
We're still in
you
the
can
ads.
just mute the ad.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
You can tell them in a minute.
Yeah, at the back. Okay.
Not yet. Yeah.
I will wait in a 3 minutes.
I don't know how to
I'll
do
hold
that
off on the
on
hollandaise.
mobile. I can't do that on mobile. I tried to be clever on mobile and they just made me watch more ad. I was like, damn
How dare you? More ad.
it.
This should be enough melted butter for the last two that I need to do, so that's fine. Yeah, this is all basics. This is all stuff that I think, in my opinion, if everybody knew, they would know not only how to prepare things for themselves, but how to better judge the things they see when they go out while they're eating. You can tell the difference between a pre-made um, demi glace and a house-made demi glace. You can tell the difference between a mix hollandaise and a fresh hollandaise. Yes, there are hollandaise mixes, and they're disgusting.
Yeah, true.
Uh,
True.
and it's the kind of food knowledge that I unfortunately don't run into enough when it comes to customer complaints because it's usually opinion based. And
Uh
a complaint based on an opinion matters nothing.
yeah, that's kind of true. Chloe's upset that she's not getting ads.
Oh no, sorry, Chloe. Uh, we can run an ad here for you if you want.
Chloe wants it for the
Like,
bingo.
oh, yeah. And I said, oh no, come watch Makes us
uh
stream. Minx and all her friends. Side effects may include nausea, vomiting, headaches,
yeah,
diarrhea,
yeah, that's true.
and loss of brain cells.
And loss of brain cells. Yeah, that's a thing. Thank you for the lecture. What's next?
So from here, I want to say first to those of you who just came out of the ad break, if you're on PC, you can skip ads. What you do is you mute the ad. You go to that. There's usually a tiny little box up here. I hope that's on the right. If I'm not mirrored, am I mirrored, Minx? Is my hand on
Uh,
the left?
yes, yes.
Okay, so the box will be over here then. you'll see a tiny box with the actual stream. You can expand that with a little button in it, and you can turn the sound back on and just completely fuck over the ads. Fuck advertisers. Anyways, we're moving on to now is a sauce veloute. And this is going to be, you'll recognize it pretty quickly. Essentially, your basic gravy sauce, as basic as it gets. So what we're going to do first, we're going to get our heat on our pan, and you'll see that with my nonstick pan, I'm using a rubber whisk. Do not use metal in these. You will ruin them faster than any amount of time you took buying them. Once that starts to get a little bit of heat, doesn't take long. Add about a tablespoon of our liquid butter.
Chloe likes your dino tattoo.
Thank you very much, Chloe. I like it too. We will add a equal amount. Your roux are almost always going to be equal amounts, so 1 tablespoon to 1 tablespoon of flour. It's still a little, because I'm using pre-melted butter, you didn't have to wait for it to like start being a little bubbly from being regular butter. This is also clarified, so it doesn't have the whey and the lactic acid and the stuff inside that can burn as being butter. We're just gonna put these two together real quick. And we're going to realize that that's not enough flour because it's still very wet. Again, what you're looking for, you do a roux, is something akin to wet sand. Add a little bit more. And this is often a thing that happens when you hand do stuff. Sometimes these measurements are off, but that's the good thing about cooking and not baking. Do not hand do baking. It will almost never turn out. There we go. Now we have our nice, try to get this down here so you all can see this nice sandy texture of our flour and oil. We're just going to stir it around, keep it off the sides, cook out that flour flavor for just a moment. This is currently at the level we call a white roux. And we're going to cook this one into a blonde roux, just to give you all a kind of an idea of the different levels. From there, you can probably assume what a brown roux looks like.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I don't have to have the whisk, but keep using it. We're just going to let that cook for a moment. Get a little bit of color to it. It's already starting to darken just a little bit. Really all I want. That. Take our chicken stock, which you'll recall we made on a prior stream.
Yeah.
Add that in. Already came together really fast, so a little bit more. Keep mixing it up. As long as your fluids are warm, my chicken stock was sitting on this double boiler here. As long as your fluids are warm, it's an easy way to prevent clumping. But as well, doing a roux like this also makes it very easy to prevent clumping. So adding like a roux later to the liquid, doing it the opposite way that I'm doing it currently is generally not the way you want to do it. That's generally the way to get clumps that you don't want. That is that. That's as easy as that. We have made sauce veloute, which is basically just gravy.
Yeah.
And from here, we can add whatever. We could add some brown meats. We could add any number of things. Salt, pepper. Turn it into a country gravy. Add some milk. Add some vegetables. Add whatever you want to make your gravy yours. I don't know any derivatives of this sauce specifically, aside from just different flavors of gravy. That's really all it is.
Yeah, lots of country
Yeah.
based French country dishes. Rabbit, chicken,
It
potatoes.
doesn't have to be well. It doesn't have to be chicken stock. I simply use chicken stock because I have chickens. You could use beef stock. You could use any other kind of stock or broth. If you start adding dairy, you have not made a velouté. What you have made is a bechamel, which we're moving to next.
This on roast potatoes would be amazing.
Breast potatoes?
Roast potatoes. This on
Oh,
roast potatoes, I reckon. Yum.
that's amazing. Our gravy into
Oh,
container number 4. Nice, rich, unctuous niche. And this has all that flavor that we imparted ourselves, so we know that this has a good base. And the fact that I'm using a fork. Delicious. For added. Honestly, this on a biscuit, good.
an American
Delicious.
biscuit.
Yes, an American biscuit, not a foreigner biscuit.
Whatever that is.
I say full of foreigners.
Gone.
All right.
So that was 4, right? We got 1 left. Wow.
Number 4, yep. We're on our last one.
Yeah, and we're at 1 hour 15. Slamming it.
Okay, moving on to our bechamel. And you see a lot of these French sauces are super very simple.
Yeah.
Nothing intimidating about them. Roux, liquid, you're done. Add whatever you want to from there. Greatest
Bye.
thing about cooking is the modification you can do. I'm going to set this here to keep warm. Because again, if your hollandaise stays warm, it won't separate. Pretty deep. Tallow, let's not do that. You can keep these covered. That's how we keep them at work. So we are also going to be making a little extra of a recipe when it comes to this bechamel. You right for remembering the word. Got some lovely fresh cream. I'm not using heavy cream, by the way. This is just a. This is a milk that comes from a creamery that I very much like. Tastes very good. It's nice and sweet.
I like the bottle.
Thank you. You can actually take these back. I
Oh,
keep them.
that's cool.
Yeah. I keep them for like refilling purposes, sauces, stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're nice. They're nice
They
bottles.
have a little kind of recycling program with them.
That's cool.
Is another thing I like. All right, so I'm gonna add our remaining 2 tablespoons of butter. 2 tablespoons of flour. Do that. And as I was saying before, this is the base that likely most every person has made before without realizing it. While not probably using a roux. If you have ever made macaroni and cheese, you have essentially made a bechamel and a mornay sauce.
Reminds me of the Lewis Road
So,
Creamery
yeah,
milk. They
don't
have the
mind.
best chocolate milk in the world. The Lewis Road. I have to look out for it.
Yeah, chocolate milks from creameries tend to come out very, very tasty. I do usually buy that brand of chocolate milk, but in this instance, I didn't feel like having a chocolate tea sauce. So
No, yuck.
I'm sure we can make that work. Thanks.
My God.
Chocolate
Actually, you
and
know
certain
what?
cheeses work well together.
Oh, mm, yeah, I'm sure there
I
is a way.
know, I know from my talking law, would work very well with a dark chocolate
Cheesecake.
cheesecake indeed. Yeah, with a drizzle. So while that is getting to where it needs to, we're going to keep this as a blonde roux because we don't want to add too much color. I'm just going to grab some.
Let me look it
Now,
up, Chloe. Lewis Road Creamery.
now Mornay sauce is usually made with a pecorino romano, but you could always use Parmesan as a fine substitute, which I will be doing today.
Oh,
And we're not to the point of Mornay yet. We're doing HML. But this is thickened up nicely where I want it. Got stirred. Browns anymore. Nope.
cheesecake is a pie. Cheesecake's a quiche.
Cheesecake is a peach has egg. Does cheesecake have egg? Kind of drawing a blank right now.
I just wanted to say something else.
Now I'm adding a little bit. I'm adding a little bit of milk at a time because I'm warming it up um, to keep the process going. That way, I'm not just like suddenly cooling everything at once. As you can see, that 2 tablespoons of roux translated to a fair amount of sauce.
You really did.
Keep going.
Yeah, Chloe, I looked it up. Apparently, the only thing you can get in Australia easily is like their milk powder. It's not really a thing here, but next time I go back to New Zealand, I'll check them out. I'll look for it. I need
Okay.
to go back soon.
I want this to be just a little bit loose because my cheese is also going to help as a thickening agent. So we have a nice thickened sauce base, which is essentially just milk. So it tastes like right now it just tastes like milk and a little bit of slightly browned butter.
It's checking if I ever have my
And
life.
the
Damn it.
flour will keep attaching. The tiny flour molecules will keep attaching to whatever liquid they're given. Turn this down to a medium heat.
Yeah, it's a huge
A
amount,
little
huh?
bit more. Yep. I've used about a pint of milk so far. To anybody that doesn't know, is 2 cups.
Yeah, I literally was
We
like,
don't
what
know.
the fuck's a pint? Okay. 2 cups. Okay.
2 cups in a pint, 2 pints in a quart, 4 quarts in a gallon. You just way to remember that. Yeah, we have a nice. This is our bechamel. It's as simple as that. It's a milk gravy. And this some pepper and salt to bring out the flavor, of the milk. And now we're going to turn it into a Mornay sauce. Doing so,
Yes.
just quickly
Bonus.
grab
Bonus round.
bonus round indeed. We are making an actual food recipe. Just a couple thoughts.
This is such a good example because it's like all these are bases. I feel like bechamel, the next upgrade is Mornay. It's just most obvious. Everyone get your lobsters ready.
Almost done. Great. We're just gonna grate. I use this one. Grate some Parmesan in there. This is a very dense Parmesan.
Yeah, I can see you working out
Parmesan
with
is a
it.
dry
Holy
cheese.
crap.
Yeah, it's not being very fair to me right now. Um, Parmesan is a bit of a dry thing too, so we might end up adding a little bit of milk to
That's lovely to
keep
say.
the consistency where we want it. But
Yeah.
for this particular recipe as well, I'm kind of wanting a thicker sauce. So let's mix all that in. Let that cheese melt over the lovely heat. And once it starts to smooth out, doing very nicely right now. You can see it starting to thicken up maybe. I wonder if it's easier to see this way
Yeah, white.
because it's such a white sauce. Yeah. So doing that, See where the flavor's in it. See where we're at with the cheese sauce, because we want this very, very thick. Okay. So in this instance, this is still a bit floury. It's fine. We can always add a little bit more milk. Let it reduce because there wasn't enough flour attachment to cook out. Get back up to heat. And more of our cheese because there definitely wasn't enough of that. Plus the milk is now what's the word?
It is made out of sauce. Hmm.
Oh yeah, makes what's the word?
No. What? What are you saying?
When you add something to something diluted, the milk has diluted the cheese flavor
Oh,
because we added more milk,
diluted. Was
which
that the
is
word you were
a
looking
good
for?
lesson
Diluted?
if you
Okay.
do something. Yeah, diluted.
Okay.
It's a good thing to do if you do something like adding too much of some spice or whatever. It's just a little too strong for you. Add more of your liquid. Make a little bit more of the sauce. The best way to handle that.
I got distracted because Chloe's like, cheese sauce? Is it made out of sauce? And I was like, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Bechamel. She was telling a joke, but I was like,
yeah.
but it is. It's made out of bechamel sauce.
There is simpler ways to make a cheese sauce. In the very simplest way, you could just put some heavy cream in a pan, reduce it a little bit with heat, add cheese, and let that thicken it up, and boom, you got cheese sauce.
Bonafide. I've got
It's our
sauce,
lovely
no
French mother.
cheese. Like, in this case, it's probably a good thing. These are mother sauces. Hello, how are you? I saw you lurking earlier, but I didn't want to call you out.
Grandmother sauces. They are also. This is also going to hold a lot better than just a cream and cheese-based sauce. It's lovely. All right, that has a very nice flavor. Now we're going to turn our heat off, and we're going to grab our my favorite little pan. I've been using a lot lately. If you all have restaurant supply stores or just the right kind of little food store, you can buy these. They're pretty cheap. I'm just going to put that there. What we're going to make is what's called a Kentucky hot brown.
Oh my god, what is that?
I don't know why it's called brown. So what it is generally, I'm modifying this. Generally, it's a piece of Texas toast or white toast. I have white toast. You add turkey, so thinly sliced turkey,
Oh,
your Mornay sauce,
oh.
and then you throw it in the oven and bake it. Top it off with some bacon, greens if you want. But it's really simple, very, very flavorful. For me, however, because I am not the biggest fan of turkey, I grab some pastrami
Boo.
because
Bring back the
pastrami is
turkey.
delicious. Plus, I also like this brand of meat because these containers they come in make fantastic savory containers.
I love that you're just obsessed. I like to think you just have empty containers. Most people collect stationery. Wulfy collects empty containers.
You have a lot of them. I do use them though. You should see how many full containers I have. That freezer wasn't everything. So yeah, we're gonna add a fair amount of our meat. Use the spread
Turkey.
because it is definitely more about the meat and the sauce than it is the base, the bread base. This is super,
It's
super
so
thinly sliced. We
much.
should do it.
Okay. I was like, it's so much, but you're like, nah.
When I normally when I buy this, I use this whole pack and make myself a Reuben. So
Oh my
I'm actually
goodness.
going pretty light. Oh yeah, delicious. Shape it a little bit. It has been preheating this entire time. Therefore, it is heated. We're gonna take our local mayonnaise sauce and just absolutely fuck it up.
Oh my god.
You want to go hard on this. Here. And we're going to get it in the oven. And actually, before we do that,
Cheese it on top. Yes.
cheese it on top. That way we get a little extra browning.
Yeah. One of my hobbies is
Now
gun
to get in the
club.
oven. That's going to take about 10-ish minutes. Not long. Not a fast. It's not a.
eating bacon.
Yeah, what do you think I make bacon?
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the sauce I needed it for.
I mean, I say
My
yum.
light
I'm
back on.
thinking of turkey bacon.
It's tasty. I don't hate it. And it, in a way, allowed minks to eat a red meat as far as flavor goes. Because turkey bacon tastes like spam.
Does it? No, it tastes like
Yep.
bacon to me.
Nope, it tastes like spam.
Collagen prediction still there. Need to get rid of it.
Right.
Good for you.
That's done. Let's put
I don't
away our.
know. I didn't eat spam, so I'm like,
Exactly. That's why you wouldn't know. But I know, because I eat everything. Just gonna go ahead and put away on your cloth. I will definitely be using this later or something. Doesn't matter. You don't do them your cloth separately. You don't just start with the onions. You usually just throw it all in at once. Plus, they're all cut the same size. So they'll cook the same size. That's why we cut things down. Nice pre-made mix for that. On fire. And let's see. I did say I was gonna make a plate. Because it's probably the best way to do it. Take our Mornay. It'll be the thickest. I'll set it at the top. Down. And then our oh, the bone marrow has already started to turn that into gelatin. I
God,
get
I
that
can
on the
see
heat
it.
to
Yeah, yeah.
while that's doing that.
Make your
That
bank account kind of look out. Oh my goodness. I can, yeah, I can only imagine Blaze. Oh my goodness.
sauce tomato. Place right there. It's all cooled down really fast. It's so little of it. I'm gonna end up just putting all of this together in one super sauce and just making fries with it or something. There's Monet, that one, that one. What else did I have? That. Where's the other one? Oh wait, already in here. Yeah. Salute again, because of the marrow and chicken stock, kind of thickened on me a little bit. Okay. Just get it down there.
Get my, my snip and sketch ready. Let me put up the bit rate so I can see it better. And hope that the internet doesn't die. Hang on.
I'll bring it closer to the camera just a second.
I'm just increasing the bits of the stream. Let's see how we go.
Hollandaise, which as you can see, in its warmth has held up just fine.
Mmm.
See what happens when you don't do stuff fast like I did last week. Set that there.
Yes.
Oh, that's gotta be my favorite. honestly.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, I make it a lot at work, so I make it very well. Let's get a lid on this. Help that steam faster. I did this a lot faster than I thought I would. No, it's like a little painting easel. Or wait, what are those called? Not an easel. That's the thing you put painting on.
Wait, why did you sound louder when you're closer to the camera? That shouldn't work if you got a lapel on. Hmm. Your
I don't know.
lapel, your lapel mic confuses me, man. I feel like it's
Do I
using
sound?
both.
Do I
I
sound
think it's. Oh yeah, I don't know. Oh,
it's further away?
I guess so.
Oh no, that's the we'll just do the ultimate test. So,
Uh, can't even tell. You definitely sound louder just then when you were talking to the camera. That's what I noticed when you were up close. I was like, oh my god, why?
on.
Sorry. You'll have to experiment. It's probably Discord. Oh, what have you got Discord taking the audio from? The audio
Can you change
source.
it on your phone?
Yeah, it's in the audio settings.
But it's but the filter's working, so that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it? Don't know. We'll explore later. Interesting.
Yeah. Good call though, whoever mentioned that.
Mention what?
The audio filter thing, the Discord thing.
That was me.
No.
I take
Good
it back.
going. I don't know. It sounded to me like you
I
read a
read it.
comment. So
Yeah, no, I just suddenly realized because I do the same with my my mic. I have to set it to my filter, not to my mic in Discord. So that's why I was like, oh, hang on, I
yeah,
think I know what it is. Oh, look at it. It's really
could be.
there we go. Okay, it has relaxed.
It has, yeah. It's also like I put the vegetable back into it, so it's not like drained anymore.
Hmm.
Because I didn't think about the final picture process when I did that. But I'm a dummy.
We use NVIDIA Broadcast as our filter for our mics. I recommend it. It won't
On
filter
PC.
out. Yeah, on PC. The filter that Wulfy uses is built into his lapels. We're still playing around with the lapels, getting it perfect.
Yeah. Not quite there yet. Almost though. Just bring this a little bit.
Nothing's coming out.
A little bit.
Oh, one drop,
Yeah, I think
two drops,
I figured I grabbed pretty much
three.
just vegetables. Hang on. This is why live streaming is more fun. You get to see where people mess up.
Okay. Four drops. Five. So
I should have kept this separated.
this is a little bit more. Oh my goodness. So it's yeah, now it's happening. Yeah. Oh yeah, loves it.
All right.
This will be cool because we'll see all the different colors.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, your GPU is too old to use
there we
that.
go.
Wow.
Our mother
Yeah.
sauces. And we're bechamel, velouté, hollandaise, espagnole, and tomate.
Sorry, I took the
Got a
screenshot
nice
while you were
swatch. I
pointing.
found remember the word.
Nice, I got
Are
it.
you good now?
I got it. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Huzzah.
I got a nice pointing shot. You look all professional pointing
Okay.
and shit.
This is gonna make a delicious this is gonna make a delicious omurice. Can't wait for that.
Nice.
And yeah, this is unfortunately not gonna be usable after a few hours. But yeah, holidays, one of my favorites. One of the ones I make the most, mainly because of my career. If I wasn't in this career and I just liked cooking, probably wouldn't be that frequent.
It.
But I make this daily.
Yay!
Hmm.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah. It's probably going to be a short stream today, guys, to be honest. But I hope you enjoyed yourself, and now you know what mother sauces are, which is nice. We're gonna raid out to a good friend of mine, and someone I know in real
I
life.
haven't told my sandwich yet.
You
That's very
what?
nice. My hot brown, my open face sandwich, the thing I put in the oven.
Oh my god! No, I want to see that first. Okay, no,
Are those brain cells working overtime right
everyone,
now?
sit down, sit down. Just so funny because three people immediately were like, "Oh, raid," and they left. So now they won't see. They were too fast. That's what you get for not raiding with us. I will get Silver up ready because it's Silver's birthday today.
It is, yes. We're going to raid out to Silver and hope to give him many happy birthday wishes.
Yeah. Yes, Bork Bork.
Yeah. So, does anybody have any questions? AMA, me.
I gotta think about this. It's like lava sauces is such a weird one.
Yeah. It's like we were talking about before when you mentioned the prior discussion that these aren't really like they're not utilized very much. Most things aren't made this way anymore. A lot of the time in a restaurant, you'll find pre-made demi-glaze, so you don't have to fuck this. But we'll modify the demi-glaze into a bordelaise, or we'll turn it into something else. Um, gravies tend to actually usually be bechamels and not really these, not really veloutes,
Mm.
because we like doing dairy-based gravies for the most part. Sauce tomate is it comes in a can. Always. I've almost never seen anybody make tomato from base. The
Yeah.
the most basic cans of tomato get have garlic and basil in them, but it's still technically a tomato.
I feel like it's a really good lesson in just understanding bases. Like, even if we don't use bases like this literally anymore, knowing a gravy base, a butter base, a tomato base, like just knowing all these different types of bases is gonna be means you can make whatever sauce you want. Because in the end, I feel like all dishes are like pick your sauce and then pick your protein and I suppose if you want maybe your carbs and your vegetables. It's like if you know all the sauces, then you can think of any. You can look at any dish you want and kind of go from there. That's how I've always kind of seen the mother
Yep.
sauces, even though I don't literally make them.
Like for instance, when it comes to velouté, your basic gravy, you instead of using chicken stock, you can use shrimp stock, and that is your base for a shrimp bisque. It's going to be a lot more stuff, but it's simple as it goes. That's your shrimp bisque, lobster
Yeah,
bisque,
yeah,
beef gravy, stuff like that. But it's because it's not always a gravy. Sometimes it's just a thickened base with a specific flavor. But as it comes to it, most every sauce is this.
yeah, yeah.
This is your palette. These are your colors. Combine them as you wish. Add to as you wish. Transform as you wish. But this is where it begins. Even if it starts in a slightly different way.
I can stream this without muting my mic. Yeah, keep forgetting that you're streaming now. Hang on. Yeah. I forget to shout you out. I haven't seen a stream yet. You tend to stream at the same time, really sneakily. But yeah, that was one of my big things, was figuring out a way where you couldn't hear me going tap 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 for Quaver. It helps. I do also have a filter on my mic automatically. Because I've got a hyper.
Oh, so there you go.
You do stream at random. Oh, look at it. It's like a croque monsieur, but not.
It's croque monsieur, more or less, with hammy. Take up the rest of this gravy and edit that.
Huh?
Why not?
Look at it. Oh, no.
Instagram.
It's on the floor. Are you gonna Instagram? Do you Instagram?
Oh, it is.
Huh?
No, I do not.
Bacon it.
Last 2 pieces of bacon?
Yes. Tomato.
Here's a fun thing.
Yeah.
Tomato will be good. Here's a fun thing. You don't have to finish every fucking thing off. Thanks is gonna know where I'm going with this. With green herbs, with parsley, or anything. You can make stuff look really nice with just a topping of cheese.
Yes.
Or any number of other things. A hit of, like, for instance, with hollandaise, with eggs Benedict, we usually give it a little bit of smoked paprika to finish it.
Yes.
Do that with this because it's going to add a little bit of color.
Yeah, fuck parsley.
I don't like to use
finish your dishes with fucking parsley.
I don't like using the shaker to finish because it looks unnatural to me. I like it better when they have little blobs and chunks versus a nice even stream. It doesn't look right.
That's so funny. Why no parsley? Don't get me started. Parsley is a stupid garnish.
In my opinion, it's so overdone. It's just not worth it. We have.
Yeah.
What do you think, Minx?
Do you want me to take a photo of this too? Yeah.
I mean, with or without the light?
Go without. Let me look again. Oh no, that looks I like that. Here we go. There you go. I got it. It looks warmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some got my birthday.
Yeah, I don't like parsley because of the whole tradition of you put it on and then you carry the plate out, you sit down and you look at it and then you take it off. What's the point? It's just fucking pointless.
What is the point?
Where do you put it? Ugh. Parsley makes me so mad. Whenever I get parsley garnish, it just makes me really mad. Sometimes not even part of the dish. There's not even any parsley in it. They're just fucking shoving parsley on everything. No, don't eat it.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was a weird thing that registered with me. Was one of my chefs. He questioned why when I made a shrimp biscuit in culinary school, why I added back, because I blended all the shrimp into it, and then I added chunks of shrimp.
Yeah.
And he said, why did you do that if you just blended it? It doesn't make any sense. And then I'm like, that carry that on, that quote on, it's still in my throat. Anyways, I carried that on with me, and I always wonder, why the hell are you adding parsley to anything? It's not even in the dish.
Yeah. I just... It's literally, it to me, maybe it's the British in me. It annoys me because it's like, I find all British food very yellow-brown, and so they put like a bit of parsley on to bring some color to it. So it's like fish and chips with parsley, and it's like, why? Just fucking pointless. It just makes me mad. It makes me really mad. I used to have a Discord channel that was just like called Fuck Parsley, and it was just really bad pictures of meals with parsley on top that just look really pointless. Look up some meals with parsley on top. They look stupid. It makes me irrationally angry. I don't know why. There's not many things in this world that make me irrationally angry, but parsley as a garnish makes me very angry.
Yeah, I don't take it as personally as Ming's, but I do not like it. I had a chef in my last job that um insisted everything had to have some kind of parsley or
No,
green or
no,
mint on the
fire
grill.
them.
It looks beautiful. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, no, fuck that. Fuck that. Yeah, yeah, push it to the side, eat the good stuff. Yeah, it's just stupid. Just stupid.
Yeah,
I hate it.
he's a very old school chef though, so I mean, like, I get where he was coming from a uh, practice standpoint, but I did not like it as a practice.
So stupid. It's just the weirdest little tradition where you look at the food and you go, "Oh, that's nice," and then you have to fucking fish the parsley off with your fingers and put it to one side. And then when you get the dish that takes up the whole like size of the plate, where do you put it? Like on the fucking table? Like, oh, fucking makes me so mad.
Mhm.
Makes me so mad.
Yep.
It's
As you see, she has a very big problem with parsley.
makes me so mad. So stupid. Fucking parsley. I like garnishes that you can just mix into the dish. Because it's like it's already in the
Yeah,
dish, so it just enhances it a little bit. It's fine. It's like people. That's the other one that makes me mad. What's the? I can't think what it's called. Damn it! You get it in a
well, I
lot of
can't help you though.
Asian cooking. At least you can. I think it's bean sprout, not bean sprouts. Mung sprouts. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's a falfa.
No, it's bean sprouts.
Is
You
it
get it a
bean
lot in
sprout?
ramen.
Yeah, like I like just enough that you can mix it in and it kind of comes out a little bit. Sometimes people grab like half the fucking packet and shove it on top of your dish, and I'm like, where do I put this? It's like a fucking
Yeah,
hay bale of garnish.
one of my favorite ramen places does that. They like make
Yeah,
about a third of the noodles uh, that,
yeah.
and I end up picking all of them.
It's just they use it almost. I'm convinced they use it so they put less noodles in, which cost nothing, so it doesn't make any sense, and they kind of pack it out. I don't know. Maybe people really like them. I just yeah. I have really bizarre
Why?
angers around garnishes. I don't know why.
That's why I never get drinks with ice in them because a the drink machine cools the liquid itself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
So
true.
what you could be getting a full glass of liquid, you
Yeah.
have now this much with ice in it that's watering it down.
Yes, it's true. It's true. It's true. Ice is a farce. You want real conspiracies in this world? I will tell you. Garnishes and ice. That's
Yep.
conspiracies. Oh my
Big
goodness.
parsley and big ice trying to sell you bullshit.
Yeah, it's true. I'm getting hungry. Alright guys. That's it. Um
This reminds me though. I hate to interrupt you, Mix. I just wanted to put this out there. I do eventually want to open because this is an open face sandwich. I was always considering a career in like Italian food with like specifically pizza with specifically calzones, but I wanted to modify it. I wanted to make an open face calzone.
ooh, wait, isn't that just a pied? Is it a pied? Wait.
Yeah.
That's pizza. Mrs. is like, that's pizza. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Alright.
Simple and easy. Made with a nice mornay.
Alright, guys. We are going to jump off. I'm gonna nurse my headache, but it's still been wonderful to see all you guys. And go make some
Absolutely.
sauces. Let us know how your sauces go. Your mother sauces. I'm so glad there was
Have a
no
saucy day.
mother sauce jokes. We got through that alright, thank goodness. Let's go raid Silverwolf. Everyone yell happy birthday at him. That's your raid message.
Yeah.
Just yell happy birthday. You can he's Australian, so you can add at the end happy birthday cunt if you want. I know it feels weird to a lot of you guys, but it's very Australian. You're just saying mate, really. Bye guys.